Now at noon, a Hendricks County Daycare faces a civil lawsuit after child abuse claims landed one employee in prison and two others facing charges.
And we still have rain on radar. It is a wet Wednesday for some. When this will move out and when it will come back ahead in the weekend forecast.
And while we gear up for this weekend's Indy 500, local law enforcement are gearing up to keep fans safe. We've got to look at the safety plan and what you can do as you head to the track. Welcome to 13 News at noon. Thanks for joining us. Dustin Grove here with meteorologist Sean Ashland. Another rainy day.
Yeah, it depends on your location. Now, Dustin Grove country up in northwest Indiana on the dry side of this boundary. In the clear right now. But I tell you, it just shows you how efficient this air mass is over us. It's still producing some locally heavy rainfall here. I want to show you our camera network across central Indiana. Yeah, we're still soggy. This was expected for the metro area. The heavier totals today are going to be south of I-70. It has been just a flat out wet one there in Bloomington. And you look up to the northwest, that's near Lafayette, I-65. But it is a soggy stretch run right now. So we show you the backside of the rain. You're rain-free northwest Indiana, but we're going to be dealing with this around the metro. Generally light, but occasionally we get some moderate upticks, and then we've got some downpours right over Monroe, Brown, Bartholomew counties, where we have had rain totals over the last 48 hours in excess of 5 inches in some locations. That's why flooding still remains a concern here. And even in the last 24 hours, we've had totals over south central Indiana exceeding 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So that's where the downpours are going to be more predominant today, where the air is still a little bit humid. Less humid for sure north and northwest. Temperatures today compared to 24 hours ago, 20 degrees cooler courtesy of the rain, the north wind, and the clouds. This rain will eventually get out, but it does come back. It will impact some of our events over the weekend. I've got the latest on that ahead in the 7-day forecast.
All right, we'll see you then, Sean. Thank you. To the headlines now. New developments today about a string of business break-ins across the city's northwest side. According to court documents, investigators connected a group of suspects to at least 19 burglaries over a 9-day period last month. Police identified a 16-year-old suspect through surveillance video and witness interviews. They say they found him in a car with 3 others and arrested all 4. Police say they found 4 guns in that vehicle and 2 machine gun conversion devices. Our Ashton Hackman is on this story today. He's going to have much more later on 13 News starting at 4. 4 families have filed civil lawsuits against a Brownsburg daycare where 8 children were allegedly abused. That suit claims the children were sexually abused in a setting where they should have been the safest. Attorneys also say multiple people failed their legal duties to protect the kids. The daycare, Main Street University for Kids, has been shut down by the state. The lawsuits seek monetary damages, but attorneys say the damage could have a lifelong impact.
And for the foreseeable future, these kids have been through so much, and sometimes kids they don't disclose like maybe a teenager or an adult would, and you don't know until sometime later many times the effect that it's going to have on them. But it is devastating not only for the children but their families.
Okay, so there's now a civil side. Gabriel Garner, Nancy Minton, and Jennifer Lingbeck were all criminally charged in the case. Minton was recently sentenced to 2 years in prison. Garner and Lingbeck's cases are still going through the court system. This next story out of Fort Wayne is getting a lot of attention today, certainly disturbing. Police released video of an elderly woman in a fight with a coffee shop employee shortly before she died. Police say 75-year-old Anita Ann Grayson went into the Tim Hortons, a coffee chain there, because she had an issue with her drive-through order. Well, they say she then began berating a teenage worker. You can see in this video a shift leader walks over, steps between them. Moments later, a fight breaks out. Police say after the fight, Grayson sat down at a table and was talking on the phone when she laid down on the floor. Workers noticed she needed help. They called for help. Medics tried to save her, but she did not survive. Hot dog eating champion Joey Chestnut has been sentenced to 180 days probation for slapping a man. According to court documents, the incident happened March 21st inside Joe's Grill in Westfield. A man claimed to have been assaulted by Chestnut after recognizing him and trying to shake his hand. After the man filed a report, Westfield police later showed Chestnut the security video from inside the bar after he said he was, quote, pretty drunk and didn't remember, end quote. Chestnut pleaded guilty to battery. As of now, it's unclear whether Chestnut will be able to compete in the 2026 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, which he has won 17 times before. Right now, a man is getting another chance at life after getting a bone marrow stem cell transplant to help treat his leukemia. It took months to make it happen thanks to a very unique kind of donor. We want to introduce you to this guy right here, Montrell Moore. Earlier this year, he was about out of options. At 48 years old, he was suffering from leukemia, needed a stem cell transplant, and none of his family members were full matches to be a donor. The living donor registry didn't produce any matches either. But thankfully, he got a new lease on life thanks to bone marrow stem cells from a very different kind of donor, a deceased donor. Dr. Felix Mensah oversaw Moore's transplant and joins us now to tell us all about it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
So tell me, how significant is this to be able to use stem cells from a deceased donor?
This is huge, and this is a game changer. Previously, all stem cells that were used to cure people with any kind of blood disorder, be it malignant or benign blood disorders, were actually those from living donors, either from members of their family, unrelated donors as well. Now, for people who did not have any matches either in their family or on the registry, the options were basically non-existent. And so having the ability to use a deceased donor to actually cure somebody who has no donor options is really huge. And the only reason why a person will not go to transplant, thanks to this new technology, will be the fact that they do not want transplant themselves, or they have other comorbid conditions that actually precludes them from going to transplant.
Wow, this really is a game changer.
It is, it is.
How new is this?
This is pretty new. It's probably been around for maybe like a couple of years. Not many people, I don't think up to 20 people in the world have had this so far. And so it's really new. It's been tested. The phase 1 trials actually took place sometime last year, and the results are really encouraging. And very soon the phase 2 trials will be opening up, and more patients will have access to this going forward.
So this obviously requires the deceased, before they are deceased, to agree to this type of thing. So tell us about that.
Just like, in times past, we've always used other solid organ donors. People donate their heart, people donate their kidneys, and these organs are not usually renewable. But it's always been like, we've never tried stem cells, even though we know stem cells are renewable. So this is a real breakthrough in terms of the fact that now we're able to take this, harvest the bone marrow from the deceased person, just like we'll take the heart and then store it and then use it in the future for someone who needs it.
All right. Dr. Felix Mensah, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And we have much more. You can join our extended conversation online. Check it out right now at WTHR.com/realmenweargowns.